reinforcements. They need backup.
Hello, agents. Welcome back again to our channel for another Division 2 video. Alright, and for today's video, we're gonna I'm gonna show you my skill and DPS build. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, we're gonna use the Technician for this build, of course, to get that 12% damage to drones and skill proxies and robotics. And also this armor kit also applies to all friendly skill proxies within 10 meters. Okay, and also you get a +1 skill tier here, and you want to use the 10% skill damage instead of skill healing, and of course, and yeah, that's all we need for the build. And you can also use the survivalist if you want to use, if we wanna what do you call this, utilize more status effects. You can use the survivalist build, or if you want to do support style, play style. All right, so I guess that's it for our specialization. Now let's go to our actual build here. I'm using the Carnage for our weapon, and also the Pyromaniac. Pyromaniac. Alright. So for this Carnage, I have 15% LMG damage. Very bad roll for me, but I don't have a choice because I don't have any Carnage with a really good build. With a really good roll. By the way, I'm using the Perfect Sadist, of course, it's a named weapon. And for the Pyromaniac, I'm using Perfectly Ignited because we're gonna be doing a lot of burning and a lot of bleeding here. Alright, so for our mask, I'm using Hanayu. Alright, because you get that 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage, and 5% weapon damage if you have 3 piece. And I rolled in 12% skill haste and 10% status effects with 11% critical hit damage. Alright, and for the backpack, I'm using another Hanayu here, +1 skill tier with hazard protection, 6% crit chance, 10% critical hit damage with perfect combined arms. Very important because while shooting an enemy, it increases your skill damage for 3 seconds. Alright, for our chest piece, another Hanayu here. I could have rolled here skill damage, but I need Spotter more because Spotter amplifies your total weapon damage and skill damage by 15% to pulse enemies. Alright, alright. Now for our hand gloves, of course, contractor's gloves. 8% damage armor is very strong. And Fox sprayers for our knee pads, very strong also. And the Seska holster. Alright, before I forgot, this is a very important part here. You want to use the link laser pointer for from your specialization. Alright, because it automatically pulse enemies while shooting them. So that's how you proc the spotter here, huh? Now for the skills, Of course, you want to use the Bleed Hive, or you can use the Seeker Mine here. And for the second skill, I'm using Chem Launcher, the Firestarter Chem Launcher to be exact. I have a damage of 387 and 162k burn damage. Alright, I got tier 4 here because of the three uh, three skill tiers here and three weapon damage here. All right. For the sidearm, don't really care. You can use whatever you want. And let's go to our stats really quick. I have 41 crit chance, not bad, and 110 critical hit damage, and 73% headshot damage with 12% armor damage. All right. So to use this, by the way, let's go to our shooting range so I can show you how to use the build. Alright, so first if you want to do a blade damage, okay, let's of course you want to throw in your hive and start raining. Alright, then start raining. While it's cooling down, you can use the fire starter and then start to shooting enemies right away. Alright, so that's how you use your skill here. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's it for our build for today. Really good in groups and in solo. So I hope you enjoyed the build and see you again in the next one. So goodbye and thank you.